It's going.
Okay, now we'll hope. We're having some
technical difficulties.
We have been filming for the last few minutes and not known we were filming.
Really fast before I forget, because I've been on a roll tonight. Like, subscribe, ring the damn bell. Ring the bell, okay? Ring the bell.
I still don't know what the bell.
I don't know, but just ring the bell. Mainly subscribe, okay? We
pause this. Go click the red. Is it red? Subscribe usually.
Yes, SUBSCRIBE
in
in
red,
red, all caps.
That, and then
click that. Click that. Click that.
Join
Subscribe.
us.
I know you watch us.
You're watching now.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and click.
Cheers
While
to
you
clicking.
do that, we'll take our shots.
This is quite the sacrifice.
Fourth one tonight. I'm
warm.
never gonna go to sleep.
It's warm.
So tonight we're gonna talk about boob jobs and lip injections.
Okay, so since you have
Botox.
seen us, this is exciting. I got my lips done.
I got my
Praise Jesus. So I've always said,
get up there and show them a little up closer.
Okay, so
I was like staring at your lips intently while you're doing that.
What?
I was like staring at your lips intently while you were doing that.
Okay, so I've never had lips. Like, they were bad.
You never had like an upper lip. Your bottom lip isn't bad.
No, but I had no upper lip.
Yeah.
But this was my dream.
I'm like staring at your
Yeah,
lip
you did. The first like couple weeks you just stared at them. You're like, literally, she came over twice. She's like, you have lips now. Because I had like no makeup. And she's like, you really have lips. And I'm like, I know. Like I always said, if I get my lips done, I'm going to shout it from the mountaintops. And I did that. Literally, the night I got them done, what'd I do? Came home, posted about it. My mom's like, you're going to tell people? And I'm like, I'm going to tell everybody. I have lips now.
Like, it's not a secret, Mom.
No. I love them. Even when I take off my makeup, I still have them. Now, they're not as noticeable because they're lips, but.
You did say you told Tyler if you got lips, you wouldn't like have to wear as much makeup, or you would feel more comfortable like being out in public without makeup.
And that was absolutely true, especially when we went to Estes, because like nobody does like a full face when you hike. Now, you have to wear masks a lot of the time, but when you're hiking, you don't have to wear a mask. And so I'd be like, so I even told Tyler. So Tyler just calls me lips now. So I'm like, we're crossing over. It says like, welcome to colorful Colorado. And I'm like, first time my lips have been in Colorado. But no, seriously, I love them. And I just do.
So we'll talk about the goods and the bads of boob jobs and lip injections. And I just told Amanda tonight, like we've talked about Botox before. Neither one of us have like had Botox. Well, you did get a little in your lip.
I'll explain that. But before we keep going, I forgot. So there will be a lot of changes in the upcoming weeks. Our backdrop is going to look different because we are literally moving where we film. And I am redecorating my house from the top to the bottom, which means a ton of new vlog material. And like literally all the decor I have now, like couch, kitchen table, mirrors even. Bye-bye. Now, when we redid my fireplace mantle, that is the only thing that I'm keeping. Because I just redid it and I loved it and that was kind of my inspiration. And Sophie's room, I'm not touching because I love it.
You already did it recently.
Yeah. So if you see some changes,
that's why.
Yeah, and in the upcoming months, you're gonna see us
in a new backdrop space
and totally redecorating my house. Exciting. So,
okay, let's do boob jobs first, since that was the longest to go. Actually, I had like 2 people just in the last week message me about like asking all sorts of questions.
It's because we've talked about it on the vlog.
What year did I get it? 2006?
I remember the first time I ran into you with boobs and I was like, whoa, you really have boobs. Because you didn't, I mean,
had like a small beat
Yeah.
before.
But not like.
When was the first time you saw me? Were they like?
I think they were new.
Okay, so they probably were still like appearing, like
yeah, like on like.
Because now they don't seem like that.
No, they've like settled, but they still look
and
good.
I have 2 kids, so.
But they don't look like. They still look good.
Right. But I don't think like even if I wore a low cut shirt and I go bra, you
no, I wouldn't.
Like those are fake.
No, not at all.
So yeah. When you get your boobs done, you can choose from, you know, all sorts of different things. Where the incision is, what shape they are, they're teardrop or round, textured or not textured.
What's the difference between teardrop and round?
Round is literally just
like
a round implant, and teardrop, it is not like a teardrop. It's like very, very subtle.
So a little bit more weight is in the bottom.
Right. So it's more
natural looking.
Yes. And so I did everything to hopefully be able to breastfeed, which I did breastfeed my kids after the boob job. So I went under the muscle. That's more conducive to being able to breastfeed later on.
It's also more invasive, right? Is it harder to recover from?
I mean, I didn't have it the other way done to compare.
I was just thinking, if you go deeper, it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, they basically, and I cut underneath. So you can either cut like around the nipple, you can cut in your armpit. I think you can do belly button too. So I have a small scar under here, which
nobody's gonna. I mean,
yeah, you can,
unless you're like a pop star and you show a lot of under boob, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So they cut under there, and you know, they basically like lift up your pectoral muscle and shove an implant under there and sew you back up. So I didn't realize how much you use your pec muscles for until after the surgery when I was recovering. And honestly, the recovery wasn't that bad. So I just remember like pulling up my pants after I go to the bathroom. You use your pec muscles a lot for that. Turning doorknobs, turning your steering wheel. I'm like, oh yeah, like
carrying a purse, like anything. So when you woke up, you were probably still under anesthesia. Like there was some effects of anesthesia. So when you like could fully feel everything, was the pain like sharp, intense, or like achy? Like I'd worked out too much. Like how would you describe the pain?
This was a long time ago. So specific, I just remember through recovery, it was
I'm trying to get my leg in here.
Kind of throbby, achy pain, and I did have pain medication for after that, and I did use it. And I could tell, like, you know, every 4 to 6 hours you can take your pain medicine or whatever, and I could tell when that 4 hours was approaching, like, oh shit, yeah, I need that. I think I took it for a couple of days and then was done with that.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. And like, you know, you have to like sleep kind of upright for a few days.
So it drains right.
Yeah, and they drop right. And
did you have drainage?
No, I didn't have a
like a calf.
And you have to like rub them and massage them and push them down so they drop and stuff. That hurts.
So you literally have to push them down.
Yeah, you have to like back and forth.
So,
sorry, this is weird, but
how long does it take for them to drop?
Usually a while. And I was at school and finishing up school at K-State. And so I got it over in December over like winter break.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go back for like a follow-up, you know, a few months later, whatever. I never did. Probably should have, but I didn't.
So when did you think they dropped?
It takes months.
I was thinking like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, they're high and perky and big for a while. I think
like when you're pregnant.
Yeah. Oh, and then these fake boobs on top of being when I was pregnant.
Now, I remember when I saw you pregnant with Parker, and I was like, oh, whoa.
I mean, I literally could like set a
just,
dinner plate right
just
here
boobs.
and just be like,
That's one thing I hate about being. I don't want them. So I don't want a boob job. I would like a lift, but I don't want bigger boobs. Yeah. No, I don't. No.
Decent size.
Yeah. They just need.
And like, yeah, when I got mine done, it was like only for me. I think I was single at the time, and I wanted boobs for myself.
I remember even in high school you had talked about wanting boobs.
Yeah, I don't know why. And with my whole, I'm just as tits or whatever. Like, I'm surprised I did that or wanted that.
I don't judge anybody for getting a boob job.
Yeah, it was just solely for myself. I do remember after my surgery, so my mom's best friend, her name is Linda. I grew up with her. You know Linda, right? She brought over, like, the day after my surgery, she brought over this cake, and it was a cake of a woman in a bikini with huge boobs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I was like, that is the best.
So when you first...
She's like, congrats on the new twins.
Oh, I like Linda. So when you first got them done, like right after, and you were younger, didn't you want to, like, wear lower cut shirts?
At the time, I was a bartender, and, like...
That's how you make tips?
And that did help out the tips.
I'm sure it did.
I mean, it's not like I was like had them like
they
hanging
were
out.
They were an investment.
If I had a tank top on, you know, I had more cleavage than I did before. So.
I mainly want a boob job because I don't like wearing bras. Yeah, that's the truth.
Me neither. I don't usually.
No, I don't either. Like, but I mean, like, I wear a bra for the vlog.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yes. Now I don't wear real pants. There's no point. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
This sweatshirt is so big. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, that's the story. Oh, and everybody's always like, well, how big should I go? How many cc's did you get? It's different on every single person. It depends on how much skin tissue you have, how much fat you already have there, where your boobs are.
Didn't you say that most people regret not going bigger? Yeah, usually doctors will try to talk you into going bigger. I feel like I would regret going bigger. I wanted a full C and I ended up with a D. But actually today, now, I wish they were bigger. You were a double D when we went bra shopping. Well, it's just probably because I was more fat then. No, you were still nursing Parker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... But no, see, I've never wanted my bigger. Maybe not bigger. Maybe just I want them a little bit perkier. Again. So is there any way, so now that you've had them done, if you were to like get a touch up, I think that's like necessary. Yeah. So can they just lift, like you have an implant? No, I would get these removed and different ones put in. Okay. More than likely, yeah. Because and they might then lift it a little bit because I'm sure after that comes that I don't know. So I was telling Rachel, consult with us. So when I was in clinicals at nursing school, right? I had a patient and she was like 85. So I go to like do, I was thinking it was a sponge bath or something. Nothing is weirder than seeing an 85-year-old woman with big fake boobs. It is so, because everything else is here, but these are there. It's like, it's just. You like rolled off the sheet. Yeah, I was like, oh, whoa. Yeah, like, hello, boob. Something got like fixed. Your hip isn't, but that sure is. Like, it's just so bizarre. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's like old and then brand new. Yeah, it's I wonder if she had them like got them later in life too, because the way you explained it, they were pretty perky. Those suckers like, had to be brand new. Like starts to, like your implants do too. They keep because since I had kids and stuff and breastfed, well, they don't like look. I don't have like a lot of extra skin or anything. They still look good, but I feel like they're lower a little bit. No, these were like fresh out of the box. And you know, my face sometimes can do something different than I want it. God must have came into the room and been like, don't make a face. Because in my head, I'm like, oh shit, like, whoo. But I was just like, nice boobs. It's alarming. So when, Rachel, if you're 70 and you're trying to get me to drive you to your, I'm going to be like, no, you don't need that anymore. Like, a nurse is just going to be alarmed someday when she's taking care of you. By those fresh, perky boobs. Seriously, it's like mind-boggling. Like your brain was shaken or something. It's so weird. So yeah, lip injections. So these are brand new, not 16 years old. No, and you said it will last like. So how long? These should last about 8 months. However, the second time they should last longer. Oh. And the first time you get them done, they more just do a foundation. And you kind of build on if you want, yes. And I love the size. bigger is better.
I was
So
worried
I would be
when
happy.
this started that in
No,
like 10 years from now
no.
you're gonna be one of those.
No. But I do.
ladies.
I mean, I would be okay with them a little bit bigger. But
Right, but you just needed to like.
I have a small face, so I don't like really big. They would look weird on me.
Mm-hmm.
But so it was actually really, really like sudden and random, right? I had been wanting lips since I was born, right? And I had been trying to get the husband to agree to this, but I brought it up a year ago, like on the 4th of July. Him and I went to dinner, and I'm like, I just really want lip, blah, blah. And I was trying to be sincere and give him my reasonings, and he's like, I'll think about it, okay? So then, literally, when I got them done at the mid-August, and let's see here, that was a Tuesday. 3 days before I got them done, I had taken a picture of Tyler and I. We had gone shopping together at Shields. And I edited the picture so that my lips were just a little bit bigger, right? Because I didn't have any makeup. And literally, it's like, where's her lip? So I edited it. So I showed Tyler. I said, Tyler, here's the before. I put them right next to each other, like in a collage thing. I said, here's what my lips look like normal. Here's what I want them to look like. I'm like, it doesn't look unnatural. Like, I just wanted a lip, right? And he's like, fine, just do it. Literally 60 seconds later, I had that bitch booked.
3 days later, you had some lips.
And so I mentioned it, like, we got busy. So then that Sunday night, so this was a Saturday. So Sunday night, we're going over a week. And I'm like, well, Tuesday I have that lip appointment. And he's like, what? And I'm like,
you told me.
You said I could get my lips done. He's like, you already booked it? I'm like, yeah, you said just do it. You said, go ahead, just do it. And I said,
so I did it.
So I did it. And I'm like, now, I don't know for sure, because I didn't talk to anybody. You book it online.
Right.
And
I thought maybe it was like just a consult.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a consult or I wanted it to be the real deal. I wanted lips for Colorado. Because if I'm hiking and bears see me, oh, she has good lips. Anyways, so, like, but I didn't know, because I even told you, I'm like, I'm not sure. Oh. And so, anyways, I went in, once again, not knowing for sure, but I was so excited. Like, I was pumped. I hadn't eaten. I was like, let's get lips, right? And I'm the type of person, like, if I don't really think about, like, people get nervous or something. I don't do that until literally right before. Well.
Did you get nervous right before it started? I mean, I know how.
Yeah, because I hadn't even thought about the pain or anything until literally the needle.
You just were excited to get.
I was so excited. So I get there and she's looking at it. She's like, yeah.
So wait, describe to people what, like, so it's Juvederm.
So it's Juvederm Ultra, I think.
Or X, or what?
Okay, so there's Juvederm Ultra, and Juvederm XL. It's one of,
and the molecules are like
bigger,
smaller in Juvederm, and
yes,
and yours
are bigger. Yes, and it's hyaluronic acid. So your body naturally produces hyaluronic acid, and it also naturally reabsorbs hyaluronic acid. And because the molecules are bigger,
what if you drank more water, your lips would stay.
I was thinking about that, but then I'm like, will it metabolize it quicker? But anyways, so
sorry,
where was I going with that?
The molecules.
Oh, yes. So it goes away slower. And there's several you can use. There's a couple of different things you can use. Basically, before I went, I had looked into it, and I knew that the Juvederm XL or Ultra was going to be what I needed, because that was really the product that can actually give you like volume and create like a shape. Yes.
When you don't
like, because I didn't have one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going to do an implant. But so the other...
That's a possibility? An implant? A lip
implant? Yeah. You haven't seen that?
That's like permanent then, obviously?
Lisa Rinna. She was on a soap opera. I think she's a housewife of somewhere. Hers it's an implant. And you can... I have no desire to ever get an implant. But I knew from looking that I was going to need something that could create a shape. I think the other two that they offered was more like if you, like your if you have lips and you just want them a little bit fuller, right? Well, anyways, so they put all of this stuff around my lips. It was like numbing.
Cream?
Yeah. I told you what I looked like.
Mm-hmm. You sent me a picture.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, and I had fully like gotten my makeup.
It looked like she just had some time on her knees with her husband.
Mm-hmm. I sent it because so I was so excited, and so you have to wait. You sit there and you have to wait for 30 minutes for it to take full effect. I texted everybody I knew. I'm like, look, I'm getting lips. I'm not even kidding. I told my brother, Pon, I texted everybody. I was so excited. And I wasn't gonna tell my mom before because I thought she'd talk me out of it. But then I ended up telling her before, and she's literally like, thank God you won't be drying your lips on anymore. So we were all on board. Anyways, so after they numb it all up and you're in this like relaxation room, and I'm just so pumped that there's no way I'm relaxing. So I text all of Olathe. So they call me, I go back in, and the lady had talked to me before, and she's like, so what do you want more volume? Do you want, and I'm like,
I want a lip.
Literally, I was like, I just want a lip. And she's like, well, do you have like a certain, I'm like, I just want a lip. Like, just create a lip.
Give me the top lip.
Yeah. And so I anticipated that it was going to be painful, right? I did not anticipate how
That's
painful it
sensitive
actually
skin.
is. Oh, it's
around your nose and your mouth.
It's tough. And I was on my period, and
your pain.
Mm-hmm. I should
tolerance
next
is a
time
lot
I
lower.
go. I will not schedule it any time around there. I have a fairly high pain tolerance. Blood doesn't bother me. I almost passed out. I had to call Tyler, full on panic attack. I was like, will you come up here? I'm not gonna die, right? I'm not gonna die. Literally.
I didn't know you were thinking about death.
Yeah, I was. Because when I go into a
and you
panic
freaked
attack,
out.
it's like I'm dying. Well, and the poor lady, the nurse.
So how? I mean, she started.
Okay, so she starts. So
and like
so she
immediately
pulls
was it,
up.
like, pain.
So she pulls up. She's like, we're gonna use 1 unit or whatever, right? So she pulls it up, and she's like, you're gonna feel
How big
a
is this
little.
needle?
Well, it's hollow because they're injecting stuff. So it's a good size needle, right? And I think some places actually inject you with like Novocaine. I think that probably would be a lot better because that is not what they did. So literally, she's
cream
like,
didn't cut it at all. Like,
no. And she's like, the top lip is gonna be a lot more painful than the bottom lip. And I'm like, okay,
Let's start with that.
And she's like, we're gonna start with the Cupid's bow, which is the worst part. So you can't see what they're doing, right? So they pull your lip out, and so you feel the first thing, and then they have to go even deeper. And so she's like, a little more, and then when they push it in, then it's burning too. It's awful. Now, worth it, but terrible. It's
you were
really painful.
So painful.
Like, when I think about it, I cringe, but I will get it done again. Like, seriously.
But you can also like take some ibuprofen before you go next time. Maybe put an ice pack on your lips while you drive there. Whatever.
Yeah, so
I don't know. Tell them to give you a shot of Novocaine.
If they had it, I would say that. So the thing is, then this is the other part that's hard about it. So it's really like an art form because every single injection, she would step back. She'd say, close your mouth, smile, open your mouth, like every time. Well, you don't know when it's going to end. So literally, I had laid there for an hour and a half getting stuck over and over and over.
Like how many different?
At least 40 times. And sometimes in the same spot, right after it. Oh, I think about it. In the Cupid's bow, like I remember
your ass off?
I was sweating. My makeup was like gone. I mean, literally, I had on one of my big flowy dresses. It was like almost up over my head. I'm not even, like people were watching, and I'm like, they can probably see my underwear. I don't care. I really don't care at this point. I didn't. Like, it didn't matter who
walked. You were like
walked.
in a private room?
Yeah, but I was in the front room, and when I started freaking out, they opened the door. They even brought in like part of their lunch from the back room to feed, because I hadn't eaten, because I was so excited.
Next time you eat.
And I had low blood sugar. Like, that's why I was going to pass out, is I had low blood sugar, and I could see the gauze. And I bleed a lot. I have like a clotting disorder. So you could see all this blood. And it wasn't the blood that bothered me, but I was like, that's a lot of blood I'm losing.
Just the pain with the whatever.
With not eating. And once again, you don't know when this is going to end.
So it was an hour and a half of actual like injection time.
And so, in fact,
That's like
Tyler, when Tyler was on his way, I was almost done. She's like, you have 3 more. Can you do this? And I'm like, yes. She's like, one of them's the Cupid's bow. And I'm like, no. But I made it through. And honestly, once it's done, like once it doesn't hurt anymore. Like your lips feel
so
tight.
Tyler got there, and then like, I mean, you guys both have 2 cars. Like, were you able to drive home
Yes.
after that?
I didn't think, honestly, I didn't think I
like...
would be able to, but then I was like, I'm fine. Once I ate a little bit and it was over, I was fine. It's not, it's like you have to really want lips to get this done. That's what I will say.
Well, just be prepared for that.
I will say,
eat ibuprofen.
The other,
whatever to help pain.
The other types of stuff they use that is not the Juvederm Ultra XL or whatever are not as painful because they don't have to go as deep, and the needle is smaller because
the molecule.
Yes. But they have to go really deep. I mean, because you get stuck and you feel it, but then they have to go. That's when it's like the needle's like going all the way.
You feel the needle pinch, but it's more when they're digging.
When they're digging through there. So yeah, that was rough. Once again, I love them. She did a great job.
They're very like even and like some people, you know, like
yes,
and you have to like massage them even out. You didn't really have to do any of that.
No, I went back for my 2-week checkup to see if she needed to massage them.
Or
they were fine. Yeah, no. I got a little bruise like right here, but it wasn't like, and they were swollen.
The bruising was gone in a couple of days.
Yeah, in fact, it was done on Tuesday. We went out to the winery that Saturday, and it was gone. Like the bruising was gone, but the lips were still there. Now I will say what I am really glad that I did, and we were gonna do this the day of, but because I had such a bad panic attack, we totally forgot about it. So she had suggested putting a little bit of Botox right over my top lip and right under my bottom, so that when you smile, your lips don't curl. And when I went back for my 2-week checkup, I had mentioned it. I'm like, hey, because when I smiled, I still wanted my lip to be a little bit bigger. And so I'm like, we'd mentioned, but I didn't know, honestly, at that point, I didn't know she'd actually done it or not, because it was just, so, and she's like, yeah, we didn't get a chance to because the last time. I'm like, she's like, we can do it now. And I'm like, let's do it.
Did that hurt as bad?
No. I mean, it wasn't comfortable. It was nothing like the lip injections. But you said several times you can, like, I can totally tell that.
After you did the Botox.
Yes.
Yeah. It was more like, I don't know, curled up or whatever, like, right there.
Yes. See, when I smile,
you still have lips. They don't just disappear.
No. Yes. And that's what I wanted. So if you ever get your lips done, I highly recommend getting the Botox too, if you still want lips when you smile.
And I want to get Botox here and here.
11.
I just decided I never wanted to do this.
I'm going to unlock the door in case Emery has to shower. See, look at these nice basketball shorts.
I mean, that was our pretty much vlog, right?
Yeah, that was it. But
Boob Jobs and lip
injections. I will go, the Botox in your lip only lasts like 2 to 3 months because your lip metabolizes stuff a lot quicker. If you get it done anywhere else, it's more like 4 to 5 months. And it's kind of, everybody's body metabolizes it differently. Botox at this place is only $11 a unit, and I was like, what? I was real tempted to get it everywhere. But Tyler said no, so I listened. Except for the lips.
Yeah. Because it's part of the lip package, right? Yeah.
Still have a lip.
So anyways, let us know if you have any questions or
or if you
good or bad experiences with
Does anybody else have lips?
I mean, I have lips, but not injected.
But you know what? Nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah.
So
it's taboo for some reason.
I don't know why. Yeah. I'm going back for my next point. Like, it's happening. Pon texts me and she's like, I love you with lips. She's like, and I don't normally like lips right away, but I love you with them. You have to have them forever now. And I'm like, oh, I will.
Don't you worry.
Worth it.
All right. We already said like, subscribe, but if you didn't listen to us in the beginning, go ahead and do it now. Thank you. And we'll see you all.
Oh. What? Refresh Medical Day Spa.
Oh, there.
Go there. Great experience.
Dr. Gonzalez.
I've
Don't.
heard of that doctor.
Don't go there. He got my arm.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Bye.
Bye.